Joe Dredge.
The show goes on!
Mornings on WROK. Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
7 minutes after 7. News Talk 1440 WROK. Riley and Joe brought to you by Wild Rose Casino and Resort in Clinton, Iowa. 90 minutes away from a great time. Kind of a weird weather morning out there. It's cloudy and 33. The wind makes it feel like it's 24. We may have already hit our daytime high today. It says 35. We'll see if we get there or not. Then we're going to roll back all day long to an overnight low of 12, but coming along with today is a 90% chance of precipitation. According to what I'm looking at here, the heaviest times of precipitation should start a little after 9 o'clock. Heaviest time should be right as we get close to the noon hour. Mm-hmm. We're looking at rain, snow, wintry mix, all of the above. We're right where a whole bunch of them are mixing together. Between rain and snow and wintry mix, it's going to be a crapshoot to see exactly what it is we get.
A triple point of bad weather right on top of us.
You know, that's a great way of looking at it, too. A bunch of different snows and heavy snow, as a matter of fact, going up through northern Iowa into Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and all that. We're wintry mix land with maybe some snow coming through. Winter weather advisories in effect until 4 o'clock this afternoon. It kicked in about an hour ago, covering Winnebago, McHenry, and Boone counties. Of course, Rockford, Belvedere, and Harvard, part of that inclusion area. Periods of freezing rain, freezing drizzle, total ice accumulations, depending on where you are. You might get a little glaze, or you might get up to a 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation, which makes travel conditions difficult.
It is difficult out there.
It is.
Especially to our west.
Yeah, our friend Little Zim, who's in the Pecatonic area, took a spill in the driveway this morning on the way to work.
Yeah, she said right in the butt. She said it was very very comical.
I'm sure to the neighbors, but not to her.
The feet go out and that the feet go. That's a terrifying half second of your life. When the feet go out and gravity's about to take over.
Yeah, you're in that little gap before the impact, but you know it's coming, and there's no way to avoid it.
Yeah, all of a sudden you fast forward 2 weeks of your life, you still have a bruise in your butt.
Right?
Like, oh God, this is gonna
Will
be
I
bad.
be able to get up from this? And the other thing to consider too is probably at least one of your neighbors, maybe more, are all getting it on camera.
You hope nobody checks their
you got your
camera.
Ring, your Nest doorbells, your home security system, and all that. Somebody out there caught it.
Yes, they did.
I got some great video a couple years ago of a woman who was out with her dog, and the dog was large and it was slick, and the dog found traction when she didn't.
She didn't. Bad news.
She was trying to catch our mailbox to keep herself up, and there was a couple of grabs for it, but didn't quite make it, and down she went, and then the dog dragged her about 10 feet in the street.
It's a tough go. Tough go.
She got up, to her credit, smiling and shaking her head like, I know somebody saw that.
I'm okay.
I know somebody saw that happen.
You're going to be okay. Always pop up. Say I'm okay, regardless if you're not or you are or not. I'm okay.
If you can't get up, though, that's an indicator that maybe you yell for some assistance.
Big one, but excuse yourself to the bathroom and lick your wounds.
Right.
Try to walk back outside.
I meant to do that.
Everything's fine.
I used to be a stunt person, so I like to keep my groove on with that.
We'll be
anyway,
fine.
Cloudy and 33, feels like 23. Couple of notes about life around the house.
Sure.
Let's see. Who came out with this study here? Duke University has got a new study out.
Okay.
And, depending on, maybe you already knew this, maybe this will shock you and make you weird about your own sink, but it's time to ditch your kitchen sponge for good, according to this study by Duke.
Kitchen sponge?
Yep.
Okay.
Duke University researchers found the average kitchen sponge is crawling with more bacterial species than a lab petri dish. In fact, no matter how much you replace your sponge, you're always going to have the same problem. The new findings show it's not the dirt, it's the structure of the sponge that just makes it a very welcoming place for microbes.
They love it in the sponge.
They do. Similar to humans, some bacterial species like to live with their fellow germs, while others prefer to live alone. New study researchers found bacterial species that prefer a mixed housing environment were a lot more likely to move right into your kitchen sponge.
Okay.
The professor of biomedical engineering at Duke, whose name I cannot pronounce, says As it turns out, a sponge is a very simple way to implement multi-level portioning to enhance the overall microbial community.
Oh, it's a lot.
That's a lot to say, hey, your sponge is full of germs.
It's gross.
Maybe that's why it's a really dirty thing. The structure of the sponge makes it a perfect home for bacteria. They say their results could help industries that use bacteria to clean up pollution or produce commercial products to consider the ideal structural habitat for microbes.
Okay.
They identified and tracked the population growth of 80 different E. coli strains in several laboratory growth plates. The plates provided multiple options for bacteria to live, from 6 large wells to 1,500 tiny wells. The large wells mimicked environments where microbial species can mix and live with others. The small wells mimic spaces of bacterial species who don't want to live with other germs.
Okay.
Basically, the bottom line is your sponge is perfect for this sort of experiment.
Can't even microwave them out?
You can. And that's something we used to have a sponge that we'd keep around. We don't any longer.
Okay.
But when we did, I would make sure it was good and wet, throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes or 3. I can't remember. The thing would be steaming, burning hot when you got it out of there. But I had read over and over again, that wipes out everything.
Right.
The problem is, as soon as you get it out of there and set it back down again, they're all moving back in.
Starts collecting.
It starts collecting them again almost instantaneously.
Okay.
Findings suggest structural environments with large spaces in between could help microbes thrive. When testing this with a kitchen sponge, the team found it held even more microbes than any laboratory equipment they tested.
Impressive.
Study is published in the journal Nature Chemical Biology. I just thought I'd get it on it now before it came to your mailbox, and you read it yourself.
We'll give you a little preview of that issue.
So there's the deal on that.
All right. Well, I mean, we've been a sponge household forever. So Scotch Brite.
Oh yeah, the yellow one side, green on the other.
Yep.
And then there's the blue ones that are all the same material as the Scotch Brite, but it's all blue all the way through and thinner.
Okay.
It doesn't scratch up
glass.
It won't scratch up glass, and it won't scratch up your nonstick surfaces.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So we have one of those around. We have a wand that has a sponge on the end of it for dishwashing.
Okay. That's got to be the same thing.
It is the same thing.
I mean, it's filled with bacteria.
Yep. Yeah. And it is replaced way too often.
Okay.
Not really cost effective. It doesn't seem to me, but I don't have any say in this.
Placing the wand as well, or just does the head pop off?
Just the head pops off.
Okay.
Yeah, you put the wand in there, it's going to melt and all that.
Yeah, I think we're in about a sponge a week rotation, maybe sponge every 2 week rotation. Something like that.
Well, according to these guys, get rid of your sponge. Find another way.
Well, yeah. What's the other way?
I guess it would be what? You're going to use paper towels each time? You're going to use a washcloth that you then launder each time?
Okay.
It doesn't offer alternatives. That's the thing. They're saying you're going to want to ditch your kitchen sponge, but they don't say for what.
Okay. Just straight dishwasher all the time?
I mean, we do that too, but you can't put everything in the dishwasher.
No. Our dishwashers run once a month, maybe. It might not work right now.
Yeah. You from your description, it's for storage.
We don't even use it for storage. Like it's just sitting there under the counter, and you just bump into it once in a while. It makes it beep. Like, oh yeah, that's right. We have a dishwasher.
And remember, we convincingly proved, according to several studies, the dishwasher does a better job than you do.
Absolutely,
and uses far less water than you.
Far
do.
less water.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's everything about it that's economical and works, and yet many of us, I don't mind doing it myself. But you're not doing as good a job and you're wasting water. Yeah, but I feel good about myself.
But I want to do the dishes for some reason.
Right.
Okay.
Because there's other things in the house that need doing I don't want to do.
I think that might be a lot of it.
I think in many cases.
I can do this mindless task.
Yeah, what is it, garbage
minutes.
night? How about if I get the dishes while you guys gather and haul stuff out? The other note about inside your home, the average person, it says here, according to a new study, lasts 90 minutes before they kick a snoring partner out of bed.
90? Okay.
90 minutes. 2 in 5 Americans say they have ended a relationship over the fact that their ex-partner was a snorer.
Couldn't stop.
2,000 adults studied relationships, all of them in relationships, found that sleep compatibility is important to 78% of respondents. I like the 22 who couldn't care less.
Who cares?
The average person will only put up with a snoring partner for 90 minutes before they kick him to the couch or they themselves get up and move. Okay. Unsurprisingly, more respondents are reluctant to move confessing they would ask their partner to do so instead, 70 to 67%.
Okay.
No surprise.
We haven't got to just, roll over stage? Is that just the
I think
intermediate
that's
one?
when that's been exhausted.
Okay, all
Get
right.
off your back. Get off your back. Yep. 65% of people who sleep with their partner every night, 56 of them say they would prefer to snooze separately. Wow.
Hey, lot of merit from what I've heard of the separate bedroom idea.
Yep, absolutely. Study revealed 37% identify themselves as night owls who like to stay up as late as possible. 27% of respondents consider themselves early birds who are up before the sun rises. 3 out of 4 people claim they've had to adjust their sleeping habits to accommodate their partner. 65% say their significant other had to do the same for them. Respondents also admit they snore more than their partner, 47 to 25%. While their significant others take over more space on the bed than them, 45 to 32%.
Okay.
Some people are just as guilty as stealing the cover as their partner, 36 to 35%. More than half of Americans identify themselves as being light sleepers. 49% have a pet that sleeps with them regularly.
Yeah.
That 57% that identify themselves as light sleepers is wrong. I've known people over the years who, I'm the lightest sleeper in the world, and they're not.
Okay.
You're stomping around making noise or trying to get their attention, and you're not getting anything out of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm a very light sleeper.
No.
Like, somehow that makes you seem like you're a more alert, on-the-ball person.
Some people think being a deep sleeper means you're like inherently lazy or something?
Oh, yeah, there's some sort of societal edge to the light sleeper.
All right. Not me.
Pet owners treasure their furry friends' sleep as well. Third of respondents would rather disrupt their partner's sleep than their pet if they were stuck in an uncomfortable position.
Sure, yeah.
That says more about your relationship than it does about anything.
I think it does.
77% agree that if their partner has a bad night's sleep, it's going to affect them. 3 and 4 say being on the same page with nighttime routines help them and their partners get a better night. On average, it takes people 43 minutes to fall asleep at night, but more than a third of Americans take longer. Stress and finances are what keep people awake at night. When people can't count sheep, they like to watch a movie or TV, listen to music, or browse social media, which is the worst thing you can possibly do.
Absolutely. But it's so much fun.
Except when later on you're like, why?
And you also feel bad about browsing social media.
Well, and it's like eating cotton candy. You're shoveling it in. The minute you stop, you have no recall of anything you just did.
It's all gone.
It's just completely disappeared.
What's awoken you from slumber more, Amy or an animal?
Animal?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Amy's a ninja. When Amy
really?
slips into bed, I rarely, if ever, notice.
Okay.
When Buddy plows into bed, cannonballs into bed.
All right.
His first move is to come over, shove a nose in my ear, and take the deepest inhale
Do
he
one
can.
of those?
Yep.
Okay.
Almost every single night.
Okay.
And then if he's cold, then he will hurl himself against me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Amy doesn't. As much as I would welcome that, it doesn't happen.
You're the little spoon to Buddy?
There's times.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
there's times that I have found myself being the little spoon to this dog.
Max likes to sleep butt to butt sometimes.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Curls in under the blankets, depending how cold it is. He's a burrower sometimes.
Yeah. What's he doing right now?
Oh, he's sleeping.
Okay.
Max. Nope, didn't even wake up.
Didn't even wake up.
He didn't even claim to be a light sleeper.
No. Max is honest about things.
It's May, and time for Cinco de Mayo. This year at Amigos, there's specials on both May 4th and 5th. For 2 days, you can get 3 soft tacos for $5, or 3 crisp meat burritos for $5. $5? That's less than half price on faves you crave. Dine in or drive through, soft tacos and crisp meats are 3 for $5. May 4th and 5th at Amigos. Limits apply. Offer good 11 a.m. till 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Finally. 7:20. Clay and Buck are here after 11 o'clock. Here's a preview.
Coming up on the Tuesday.
Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
7:35 at News Talk 1440 WROK. Riley and Joe, Tuesday morning. It's cloudy and 33. It feels like 23. Rain around the area. We've had it off and on. You're going to see more. Wintry mix likely for the next several hours, and some other mixed winter precipitation is possible. Winter weather advisory is in effect. That kicked itself in at 6 o'clock this morning and is going to run directly through 4 o'clock this afternoon, and that's periodic freezing rain and freezing drizzle, accumulations of a glaze up to 1/10 of an inch, depending on where you are. Winnebago, McHenry, and Boone, all of those areas are covered. Difficult travel conditions, including I-39 and I-90 as well. So that started at 6. That goes until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Daytime high today, supposed to be about 37. We'll see if we get there or not. Now they've adjusted it downward. 35.
Okay.
We still have a 90% chance of drawing precipitation today. 12 is our low tonight.
Okay.
24 is our high Wednesday, 29 Thursday and Friday, 39 Saturday. Best chance of precip is today at 87%. Thursday, then, a chance of some snow at 50%.
Okay.
So there's that.
I have a feeling one of those things you said will be inaccurate. It just seems like there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Going
There's
on.
there's a lot going on. We'll see. Maybe nothing will happen.
17 different models are arguing about what's happening right here, I think, right now.
We'll let Joey sort them all out. That's his job.
He loves the Euro model. Who doesn't?
You go with that. I see warm air advection is entering the mix. Okay.
He was really pumping the Euro model over the weekend. I don't know what the difference is.
Well, I would love to have had that said about me for different reasons.
He's going wild over the Euro model.
Yeah, he's pumping the Euro model all weekend. What does that mean? Does he have a map? No, he doesn't have a map.
Well,
okay, well, I don't want to hear any more about
it. That's good, then.
A couple of notes. We were just talking about Al Michaels in the last half hour. It was on this date, 1980, Miracle on Ice. Do you believe in miracles? Al Michaels calling it out after admitting later on he didn't know much about hockey. He knew what icing was, knew what offsides was. That's
pretty
it.
much it.
That's pretty much it.
And be able to call hockey. I mean, I have no idea how you call hockey.
I don't either. Luckily, you have TV to help you.
Yeah.
If it was a radio call, it's a whole different thing. TV, a lot of it, you can be quiet and people can watch.
People can see it,
Throw a name or two in there.
Yeah.
But, so we were talking about Al Michaels, which made me think of this study I just saw. Al Michaels notoriously
does not eat vegetables.
Does not eat vegetables.
Has never eaten one.
Well, he has.
Well,
but once he got to a certain point in life where he found he could refuse it and that would be okay, he started. Now, I don't know if that was at age 10 or that was age 40. But at some point, Al Michaels just went, you know what? No, I'm not eating vegetables. I'll never eat them again. And he's been ridiculed. He's been poked fun at. John Madden used to really have a good time making fun of him over it.
He knows.
Yep.
He knows, yes.
But according to a study from Oxford, it turns out your mom was wrong. Vegetables are not keeping you healthy, at least when it comes to heart disease.
Oh, well, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
New study reveals that the number of vegetables a person consumes in a day has little to no impact on their risk for cardiovascular disease. International team from the UK and China looked at nearly 400,000 people, studying the link between consuming cooked and raw vegetables and their risk for heart problems.
Okay.
After accounting for socioeconomic and lifestyle factors, which can influence the impact a person's diet has on their health, the team found there was very little evidence eating more vegetables will keep your heart healthy.
Well, have you ever heard of any vegetable being either old wives' tale or claiming being good for your heart?
No.
Specifically?
Not heart specific. I never remember anything, oh, yeah, it's good for your heart. You should have those.
I mean, the only vegetable I have connected to any body part are carrots and eyes, and I think we've learned that isn't even true.
If it is, it's a trace sort of thing. Scientists still maintain that eating a balanced and healthy diet is the right thing to do. Eating healthy can limit the risk of developing many diseases, including cancer and diabetes. Before this study, scientists believe that nutrients in vegetables, such as carotenoids and alpha-tocopherol, played some role in protecting against cardiovascular disease. However, the evidence proving this has been inconsistent at best.
Gotcha.
So to solve the problem, the team used data from the UK Biobank. That's a database tracking the health and dieting habits of 500,000 people across the UK. From this group, researchers looked at the diet, lifestyle, medical, and reproductive history of 400,000 participants who enrolled between 2006 and 2010. Overall, 4.5% of those people went on to develop heart disease.
Okay.
Specifically, the authors examined the amount of uncooked and cooked vegetables each person ate on a daily basis and then compared it to their risk of death or hospitalization from a heart attack, stroke, or heart failure.
Okay.
The team found on average participants ate 5 tablespoons of total vegetables each day, 2.3 tablespoons of raw vegetables, 2.8 tablespoons of cooked vegetables.
It doesn't sound like very many vegetables.
It doesn't. On the surface, it appeared to be a good thing for the people eating all of their vegetables. Results showed the risk of CVD dropped by 15% among people eating the largest number of veggies every day. However, the benefit disappeared when scientists factor in each person's socioeconomic, nutritional, and health or medicine-related info.
Wow. Okay.
Once they did that, they found the power of eating vegetables on heart disease risk fell by 80%.
Wow, that's significant.
Yeah. The team believes if they can control for even more residual confounding factors, the benefit would disappear entirely. The lead researcher at Oxford, quote, "Our large study did not find evidence for a protective effect of vegetable intake on the occurrence of CVD. Instead, our analysis showed that the seemingly protective effect of vegetable intake against CVD risk is very likely to be accounted for by bias from residual confounding factors."
So it's just one of those things if you had habitually been eating correct amount of vegetables, a lot of vegetables, you probably are also just a healthier person overall.
Correct. And you probably do not have some of the lifestyle things that would go along with developing heart disease later.
Mm-hmm.
You're heavy into the vegetables. Chances are you're not smoking. You're limiting your drinking. You're probably limiting the amount of fat and cholesterol in your diet.
Yeah.
So it all kind of dovetails together. But once you remove that part of it.
Salad and Marlboros don't always go together.
Not necessarily.
Right.
Not necessarily.
Right.
Although I do remember being in a restaurant watching a guy eating a chef salad once, back when you could smoke in restaurants, eating a chef salad, fork in right hand, cigarette in left hand.
Okay.
Few bites, hit off the smoke. Few bites, hit off the smoke.
It's quite a bit there.
I was mind boggled by watching this.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean,
take a break, man.
Yeah, take a break. Skip one or the other.
Right.
Put the fork down and finish the smoke. Put the smoke down, finish the salad. But really simultaneously.
They'll both be there when you're done.
I know, yeah, you feel as though you're being efficient with your time, but it seems odd. They point out, finally, it's an important study with implications for understanding dietary causes of CVD, the burden of CVD normally attributed to low vegetable intake. However, eating a balanced diet, maintaining a healthy weight remains an important part of maintaining good health and reducing the risk of major diseases, including some cancers. Widely recommended, at least 5 portions of a variety of fruit and veggies. Fruit and veggies should be eaten every day.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you're doing it because it's heart healthy, you might not be doing yourself any good in that department.
Eat some Cheerios.
There you go.
That's still proven, right? We haven't debunked Cheerios, right?
I don't believe we have debunked Cheerios or oatmeal. No.
Oh, oatmeal good for your heart, too.
Yeah, well, Cheerios is made of oats, so that's the benefit. Oatmeal is, well...
I guess we're really breaking down... I guess I also didn't know that Cheerios were made of oats.
Yeah, because when they initially were released into the marketplace, I think in the 1940s,
Oreos?
might have been before that, Cheery Oats.
Cheery Oats.
Cheery Oats before they dropped the ATS there and just went with Cheerios instead. But
gotcha.
Yeah, Cheery Oats.
Okay, all right. Well, didn't know I was going to get cereal history today.
Well, you're dealing with a cereal consumer. And speaking of, one other note on cereal, get over to our website, 1440WROK.com. I've got a post up there. If you're a Rice Krispies lover, good luck to you.
Yeah.
I explained to you in the piece why it is almost impossible to find yourself a box of Rice Krispies in this town.
Never noticed because not a Rice Krispies household at all, but...
We are... once in a great while just to throw one in for some variety.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because, nutritionally speaking... you might as well chew on a pillowcase.
Pretty low, right?
I would think.
Honestly, I don't know if I've ever had a bowl of Rice Krispies. I've had a bowl of Cocoa Rice Krispies before.
Cocoa Krispies?
Cocoa Krispies. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I've had the blue box ones. Are they sweet?
No.
Oh, they're not?
No, you sweeten them.
Okay.
Or you don't. Depending on you. I do. I don't have them. Like I said, I have a bowl once a year. something along those lines. And I had mentioned it to Amy. Next time you're out, would you mind grabbing a box? When, no hurry, but whenever. And I noticed that, 2-3 months had gone by. And jokingly, I'd said to her, who's the guy I got to sleep with around here to get a box of Rice Krispies?
Right.
And she pointed out, doesn't do you any good. I can't find them anywhere. So I did a little digging.
Save your effort.
Save your effort.
Right.
She did come home with 2 boxes of Rice Krispie treats, though, which struck me as being weird.
Okay, you can find those.
So I'm pulling all of the marshmallow off and throwing them into a bowl. Right. I think that might cover it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can undo a Rice Krispie treat. Can you melt it down?
I suppose, but I think you're going to crunch the Krispies.
Yeah.
Then you're going to just get a bowl of powder.
Yeah, if you're not going to snap, crackle, or pop, what's the point?
Kind of my thought.
Great marketing campaign.
Kind of my thought. But why can't you find Rice Krispies? Go over to the website, 1440WROK.com, and I explain. 746.
I have noticed, too, Krispix. Can't find Krispix. I don't think those are made of oats, though. I think that's a wheat.
I don't think you'd be the guy we'd lean on for this one.
Cereal stuff?
No,
don't talk to me about that.
Raisin Bran has raisins in it, though.
It does still?
Yeah, it still does.
2 scoops?
Or so they say.
In every box.
By
that Sun guy, right?
746. News Talk 1440 WROK.
It's May, and time for Cinco de Mayo. This year at Amigos, there's specials on both May 4th and 5th. For 2 days, you can get 3 soft tacos for $5, or 3 crisp meat burritos for $5. $5? That's less than half price on faves you crave. Dine in or drive through, soft tacos and crisp meats are 3 for $5. May 4th and 5th at Amigos. Limits apply. Offer good 11 a.m. till 8 p.m.